What's up, Perm Fam? Welcome back to another episode. I recorded a video on a heat press and I just wasn't feeling it. So I decided instead to talk about the question I was getting the most from the sales video of how I pay people. Now, this has been a major topic this week because we have internal prices. And one of my concerns with setting some minimums, which I need to do, is salespeople wanting to outsource work to other companies instead of using the internal resources. But that is a topic for another day. The simplest answer of how we pay salespeople is a 70-30 split. So the house gets 70%, the salesperson gets 30, and that is of the net. So simple math. If a job sells for $200 and it is on a 50% margin, that means we have $100 left over, and 70% of that, so $70, would go to the company and $30 to the salesperson. Now, our suggested minimum margin on jobs is 40%. I personally, as a salesperson, usually hang in the 66%, and I have a salesperson that usually hangs as low as 30%, which again is another battle for another day. The battle of not being afraid of pricing things appropriately. But that is the short answer. Now, how do you find salespeople that are willing to work at 100% commission? Well, that's the story we're going to talk about right now. Now, before we talk about that, I want to thank today's sponsor, Buyersprint.com. If you don't want to deal with the headache of having salespeople and figuring out how to pay them, and you want to just be able to expand and grow yourself, it's good to have great partners like Buyersprint. They do signs, banners, stickers, and so much more. Almost everything over $50 ships for free, which makes your life way easier. And you can save 10% off your first order by using the coupon code down in the description. Finding salespeople to work at 100% commission is typically difficult unless they have experience in the same industry or they're not afraid of sales because they've just been doing it for so long. Most people want a base or a guarantee. There's a few ways that you can do that, where you can have potentially a smaller commission with a guaranteed base. You could do a pooling system where you give them an amount of money, say $50,000, that they can draw from if their commission isn't high enough. Or you can do a deadline where we will provide a base for 6 months, and at that 6 months, you'll transition. And the hope and desire and plan would be to get them ramped up in whatever period you have defined any of those scenarios to then transition them to 100% commission. Now we've got a salesperson that's likely going to be starting soon, and we are setting a 6-month deadline for them. So they will have a guaranteed salary for 6 months. It will be that salary and that salary alone. And the goal will be to get them up and operating as fast as possible and switch them. Now they can decide at any point to switch to 100% commission, but at 6 months, it is forced to 100% commission, where they can continue to stay on, or we can choose to part ways. It's up to them, up to us, and it's just a matter of a discussion and a decision. Now, the way that I do that is I force them to meet specific requirements. We have the prospecting calendar that we do, we have some training that we do, and then we have KPIs that they're supposed to enter every single day. And as long as they're doing those things that they've been outlined to do, we will continue to guarantee the salary. As soon as they don't do that, then they're not fulfilling their end of the bargain, and we can cut off the guarantee. Again, I would suggest taking every situation into an account and being kind, but also being firm. If you have expectations and want them to do something, but that's also why we have the KPIs and why we have the prospecting calendar, because if you're doing the things that we're asking of you, then it's likely that you will win. And by winning, you'll win as far as your compensation as well. So hopefully that answers the commission. I know I've talked to some people and they do like 10% of gross and that's it. I've talked to people that do the guaranteed always and then just a small commission. And I've seen some that are just salary only. They don't get any commission. So it's really up to you how you want to operate, what you want to do. I personally find commission is what drives salespeople, and having no ceiling and the ability to go and do whatever. It was really interesting to hear someone recently that sales is the only job where if you have a bill, you can just instantly go do something to be able to accomplish a monetary gain that is equivalent to what the bill could be. If it's just a salaried job or an hourly job, there's not really much more you can do other than work the hours. You can't exponentially increase your potential just from anything but sales. I love sales. It's great. Hopefully that helps answer some questions about how we're paying all the salespeople. If you do have additional questions, leave those down in the comments. I'd love to know how you are paying your salespeople, if you have any, or if you have any thoughts or suggestions on what I'm doing or what other people are doing based off of the comments that they leave. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one.